yeah, oh yeah, Tua Tagovailoa. Oh yeah, Tua Tagovailoa. Oh yeah, Tua Tagovailoa. Oh yeah, Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa. Imua. Tua Tagovailoa. Oh yeah, Tua Tagovailoa. Oh yeah, Tua Tagovailoa. Oh yeah, Tua Tagovailoa. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Hey, what a win! What a win! That was great, man. I love the fact that we did pull it off and in a high note, but first of all, some bad news. I just saw it here. Here it is. It says Dolphins have fired coach Brian Flores. Sources say definitely the shock of the morning. That is hard to take. That is very, very sad for Coach Brian Flores and his family, in Florida. And man, that is a shock, but I understand the talk has been around for a while. And, what does this mean? New coach will come in.
That's right.
What will happen to Tua? I have no idea, but we had everything all planned up for today's show, but wow, we just we had to stop everything, erase everything we wrote out, and we got to start new again for this content. And basically, it is a shock, and we're just improvising now. We have no idea. We will also talk a little bit about the game last night, but basically, this is the report that's going on, and he's out of a job, and no one knows who's coming in, but there are possibilities. People have been, it's been out there since last week. The talk was high. I mean, for example, on, who was that? That was Jim Harbaugh. He's with Michigan, and that is also the former school alumni, Stephen Ross. He gives a lot of money to Michigan, and I think everybody thinks that that's what would happen. There are possibilities, and I think that's the biggest name at the moment.
Yes, but that's the report here is that basically they are not targeting him, and
no one knows for sure who is coming, and I guess we'll wait and see, because we're not sure if he will be back, if Tua will be back, or because if you bring in a new coaching staff, will they keep Tua, or things like it's up in the air at the moment. No one is really sure who will be available and who will come in, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. It's just sad. Well, sad because we don't know what's gonna happen to Tua, and that is it depends on what the team wants, But if I'm going with what I feel, a lot of people always look back at what you can have, what kind of, how do you call it? Was there any way we could think this is possible?
It is. There is.
They would fire the coach.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was there.
You're right. I mean, the whole thing was when you start off like this, when Tua goes down and then you lose 7 in a row, and Tua puts you in position to win 2 games, and your defense didn't stop him. The game that I saw when I saw here's the thing that I always said. This picture reminds me of that. I know this picture. There are pictures out there of during this bad time, when they were talking about the bad news and everything, and how they didn't want Tua, and I never believed that. But this picture showed me the fact that I think, that's just my opinion. Stevie Ross really liked Tua.
I think so.
And it's just the way that he reacted, and also in the fact that, that Dan Marino really likes Tua.
Well,
maybe you really like Tua, yes, and also there are pictures of them hugging on the sidelines, and I hear what you're saying, but we never know what is going to happen now. It depends on what
what the Miami Dolphins are gonna decide to do if they move forward. But the good thing is they have a very good young team,
Yes,
and
yes.
it's possible to, if they get a coach that has, maybe if they keep
Yeah.
Tua, because it will save the company. Well, Tua is good, man. I mean, Tua is really good, and he never got the help, and basically that's what it was. You had this offensive line that was just, it was horrible. They couldn't protect, and Tua hid a lot of this problem, and that's, last night when I heard them talking, I, for the first time I've ever heard like people talking on the, these announcers actually, they were the first time that there was a lot of things that they said that was very positive of Tua, and how Tua was covering up for the problem of the offense.
And they were right.
And
They were
that is
right.
something I never hear.
Well,
You
yeah.
hardly hear. And then they were saying certain things that
Yeah.
that gave me the feeling that they
That is right.
they were trying to say that Tua was good.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
for me that's like, wow, somebody actually says that,
Yeah.
and they're not ashamed to say it.
Well,
But I hear you. But last week when you had CBS News, CBS experts talking about the Miami Dolphins, and both of them were standing up for Tua. They both were saying good things about Tua, and how
Yeah.
all they had to do was make sure that they bring in some people, for the offensive line and get
Yeah.
a runner and things
Yes.
like that. But these are things we've heard, like get a runner. Well,
A
running back.
Yes.
A running back is what they wanted, but these are some things that everybody was saying from the very beginning, even last year, and this year. And that's what you needed, people to get the focus away from Tua so he can do his thing. But it seems like they never catered to that. It seems like that they were more, it wasn't really the focal point, but everybody saw it. And I think that was probably what everybody was saying the whole time
That is
these
right.
last 2 years.
Absolutely, because you had
Everybody was saying you needed a good line to protect Tua, and then you needed some running backs, to get a running game going, and they never did,
No,
And
no.
now, yesterday, look at how good they did yesterday with Duke Johnson.
Duke was amazing.
Yeah, he
I
ran
mean,
over
that
100
tells
yards.
you
Something. Yeah, absolutely, over 100 yards, and I, they asked him about this, and did he, because he came in like in October or something, about being able to give him a chance, and he was very, you got to hear it from himself, because this is what he said.
Duke, a minute ago you mentioned that you were in a slump. How does one get out of it? What was the key for you?
Pray for me. Trust in my faith and trust in the plan that my God have for me, and just move forward.
How confident are you that this performance, especially tonight, will give you the opportunity, to come back next year with the Dolphins?
I'm hoping that it does. How confident I am, I really don't know. I really can't say, because again, it's above my pay grade. But for me, just having the opportunity to come back and play is something I want.
Wow, well, they're in a good mood since they won, and Duke did really well. He deserved that. I mean, he ran really well last night, and I saw Tua on the sidelines really happy for him, for Duke. And I think these players like him and like Duke and Tua and Jaylen, Waddle. I mean, these are young people in the offense that can really make something like happen for Miami Dolphins. But of course, that's up to them. I mean, we can't really say anything about where Tua, if he's gonna be there or will be gone.
That is right.
But,
Yeah.
that's the business of the football. It is a business decisions. They got rid of Flores, and I will miss him. He did really well with the boys and bringing them together, even though they were really down. But as far as going on with this young talent that they have, you're absolutely right. I mean, he is the rookie of the year,
and you can see the connection between Tua and Jaylen Waddle is very good, very, very good, because this needs to make a football team go forward even more with two young people like this. And I think that this foundation for a good football team. Yeah, absolutely. Look at the defensive guys, Javon Holland and also with Jalen Phillips. I mean, these are two great rookies. I mean, this was a good draft with the defense. Now, can we just get some guys up in the offense and be offensive line, and if they decide to keep Tua, that's their business. But I really see that there is a possibility for them to move forward, because everybody was complaining that why is it that Cincinnati Bengals and also the Los Angeles Chargers, they brought in good people to be up front in the offensive line to protect Tua. We know that, and a lot of even the people that are always commenting here on our channel, they always say, hey man, we need an offensive line, we need a running game going, and then to get this whole thing moving forward and start winning things. And here is something that I thought was funny about how the relationship between Tua and Waddle is. Okay, here. So but before we put that up, let's put on what Waddle was saying about the record and how he gave the credit to everybody, and this is what before I put on what you wanted. Okay, here's what Waddle said.
Gotta credit the OC, quarterback, O-line, all the receivers in the group, the tight end. So it's definitely, I got the record, but it's all of us.
It's amazing. These guys from Alabama, it's never about themselves. They play for the team, and I like that coming from Nick Saban's team. And I think. Oh, by the way, they're playing tonight. So we'll see. Wishing them the Alabama.
Yeah.
Crimson Tide, all the best.
That is right.
In tonight's championship game against Georgia. Wish both team, whoever wins, and I just think that Bryce Young will do amazing tonight. I hope that you do well also. And here is what you were talking about, how friendly and this chemistry that they have off the field will bring wonders on the field too. Here's what Jaylen Waddle said about Tua Tagovailoa. Yeah, and I think this was about asking him, did they know that he could run like that? Did he have speed, Tua Tagovailoa?
Jaylen, a couple of big runs from Tua tonight. What was your reaction seeing him take off?
Me, I say, hey, Tua's getting kind of loose out there. So seeing some speed. He got to show off his speed a little bit. I always call it slow. So
yeah, so that was really funny. I like that. And then they asked Tua the same question. How did he feel about about Waddle? Here's the question and the answer.
Tua, obviously a historic day for your college teammate. What was it like, being a part of that season for him?
That was amazing. Pretty much the first 3 plays went to him. So we got that out of the way quick. And then I was actually very happy that we ended that drive with a touchdown for him. So that was really cool.
Yeah, you can feel the connection between the two of them, and I'm sure it'll be for the future really good for the Miami Dolphins. And they asked him another question. I guess it was about like how did he hear the chant from the crowd and calling his name Tua, and how did he feel about that and also the whole year, and basically Tua kind of answered it, but he really didn't answer about the crowd.
For me, I don't think there's any reflection of the season as far as right now. I mean, we just beat a tough team. Really all week, that's what we've been harping on is really we want to end this season with a bang. So that's what we went out there and did. And those runs, they just happened, I guess.
I guess Tua didn't hear the crowd, so. But the next question was even more interesting because it actually asked a question here. Pass it on to you.
Hey, Tua, a great game today. 0 interceptions, and you were able to defeat Mac Jones. How did it feel knowing that you got a win against your former college teammate and you guys play tomorrow night? So how did it feel to get that win against him today?
Yeah, I don't never look at it as me versus another quarterback, or me versus another running back or whatever. It's always our offense versus their defense, and whatever we got to do to put points on the board and give our team opportunities to put points on the board. So I don't really dive into all of the me versus Mac or any of that. I think Mac did a hell of a job, towards the ending of this game, and really towards the beginning of the season. He's grown a lot as a player. Watching his game, I couldn't be more proud of him, and I'm happy for him and wished him the best of luck as they go into the playoffs.
Wow. Yeah, so for I guess he's wishing him, former Alabama teammate, going on into with the Patriots, and also I'm sure he also meant for tonight's game against Georgia. That's what I think.
That is, I think so too.
But here's the next question was about how did the Dolphins continue to battle, even though like in the beginning they lost 7 straight and then they win 7 straight after that, and then now this week, just yesterday with the New England, they're going to the playoff, but not them. And was it pride that they made them play so hard yesterday?
Yeah, I think you look at the first half of our season. There were a lot of things that we knew we had to fix, and there were some things that we knew we couldn't win with as far as executing on all 3 phases. But just everyone sticking together and believing in one another. I think that's what's helped the second half of the season for us.
Yeah, hey, good answer. Now the next question was interesting. It went back to the Tua and and Waddle jokes. Okay, so here was the question.
If I could follow up real quick, Jaylen said that he knew you had that speed when you kept the ball and you went for the first down. He says that shouldn't surprise anyone that Tua has this speed. On a light note, he said that.
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, at least Jaylen says one good thing about me, huh?
Thank you, Tua.
Thanks.
Omar?
Tua, you never addressed the chants. Did you hear them? What did you think? And what has this season been like for you mentally?
Yeah, I personally haven't heard the chants. I don't know if they were after the runs or whatnot. So I personally didn't hear the chants. Only after the game when I was going through the tunnel, that's when I heard the chants. But I mean, the season's been up and down for me and for a lot of the guys. For our team in general. I'm just so happy that we could end this season off with a win. And we'll see what the offseason has in plan for us.
Wow.
Tua, you described the ride that this team has been on and how you were able to keep fighting and win once you hit the mid-season point. I'm wondering if you could describe a little bit about Brian's role in keeping this team together and directing it the way he did toward the win streak, and why you think he's the right man to help this team take the next step maybe next year.
Yeah, I think Flo has done a great job helping us stay together and not really worry about the outside noise and focus on the outside noise, if you will. It's just really us being able to spend some time with each other, spend more time with each other, and things like that. But I think he's done a great job helping us, get to where we're at this year. Obviously, the first half wasn't what we wanted or what we expected. But like I said, I'm very pleased with how we finished this season off.
Oh, yeah, very good. And then here's another question that was asked. I think it was Kristen Wilkins about Flo. What he thought of Flo. Here's the question and the answer.
Christian, you guys have talked, all year about sticking together and how you guys really fought till the bitter end because you stuck together. What role did Flo play in keeping you guys together? If you could just kind of explain some of the things he did.
No, that's the head man. We follow his lead, and we got, he all year long when it was at its worst, and when things didn't look so great, and all of the outside world had this to say about us, that to say about us. He just brought us all back in, and even when we were doing great, he still brought us back in. Like, nah, like we still got to get better. We still got to stick together no matter what. Like, and even when guys started having some success, they're like, nah, he does a great job of leading us. Setting the tone for us each week, creating the mindset for us, and we all love it as players, and we all can get behind him.
Yeah, and so even though today was is a sad day for Coach Flores and his family, here is what he said about Tua about the game last night, and I'm not sure if he knew by then that he was not going to be around today.
Hey Flo, congrats on the win. How would you assess Tua's performance today?
I thought he played well. He made some big runs in critical situations, pick up first downs when we needed them. I thought he made a lot of good throws. I thought we moved the ball well. We ran the ball well. So he led us and gave us an opportunity to win the ball game. Specifically at the end when we needed a drive against a good defense. Bill had all his timeouts and he was using them, so it was a big drive, great job. Nice job by George calling it and putting us in position to get the win.
Yeah, so this is different because last time I think there was some confrontation with, from what I heard from Tua and offensive and also with Flores, I think in the last game when they were with the Titans, and I'm sure he's trying to make up for that by saying something nice and positive about how good they were yesterday. Okay, so but now this next question is something different because then I have a feeling that he didn't realize that he was still on the job today.
Yeah, Brian, could you sum up Tua's season? And considering at the trade deadline you guys were talking to Houston, his future with the franchise?
I think it's as far as evaluating the entire season, I like to have a little process for that. So it'd be unfair for me to say, hey, the season went like this, but I can tell you he's grown a lot this year. From a leadership standpoint, from a command of the offense standpoint, from dealing with adversity standpoint, from dealing with adversity and coming right back and helping us move the ball and make throws. I'm proud of his effort, proud of the way he handled himself the entire year.
Yeah.
I think he did a nice job from that standpoint. But as far as reflecting on the whole year, not quite there just yet.
Well, man, that's what, as you can see, it is very difficult. Now we know he's no longer with them, and it's possible he didn't know. Yeah, it's like that, and I feel really bad, and it was a shocking news. We had to change everything here, our content and everything. We changed in 5 minutes. You erase everything. That is right. That's right, man. And so we were doing everything, and then we get an SMS from our Omar Farrell out there from Miami, sending us some this news, and so we turned on turn on the internet, and wow, he was fired. And thanks for that, and because we wanted to talk differently about this whole situation, and I don't know what's gonna happen now if they have a new coach or who will be coaching. If it's Jim Harbaugh, will he leave Michigan? I don't know.
I think everybody was leaning.
Everybody talks, isn't it? Who knows? You're right. But in everything, even in newspaper, they say he's not leaning towards that way. But we remember, we knew when Nick Saban said he's not coaching Alabama and then he left. It is possible with Jim Harbaugh. He says, I'm not going to Miami, but he will leave. But no one will really know. And we'll try to keep everybody updated. Yeah. And, that's what we can only do. And, What did you think it was going to be this exciting now? Well, I didn't think we were going to be making content that much more after yesterday, but it seems like we're going to be making a lot more contents because all of a sudden it gets interesting because there's a whole bunch of factors here. For example, you know, when Nick Saban told, his buddy there, hey, hire Mac Jones, he'll be good for you. And he did. I mean, that's listening to your friend who says, hey, I think Mac Jones has got a good case. And here he is saying to everybody, you should really hire Tua for this because, for the Dolphins because of, people listen to experts. And Nick Saban is that expert. And if you look at Bill Belichick and what he's doing with Mac Jones, that's the inside information from his friend. So if his friend was telling Stephen Ross, hey, Tua, if you don't take Tua, it will be like Drew Brees, I mean,
Do you really think
so? They took Tua. And I'm not sure what's going to happen at the moment and how they will solve this. But it's going to be exciting going forward.
It is exciting. But do you really think they're going to listen to that? I think it's funny. And maybe they will listen because he's a billionaire and he always listens to good advice from good experts. Hey, yesterday, did you notice how good the people on TV, they were very positive.
Yeah.
And I liked him. But they did mess up the name a little bit.
A couple
but
times.
I didn't really care because they were saying positive stuff about Tua.
Yeah. Me too.
And here's something. And I liked it because, and then yesterday, Omar Farah here told us, hey, my nephew can sing that song and did this. And we listened to it today. And I said, okay, let's use this because maybe the TV announcers can listen to how this little young kid says his name correctly.
Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa.
I love it. Let's add him in the very end of the song. We put
will.
him in there.
We
okay?
will.
So
Yes.
to the nephew, man, we're proud of you to showing that to the TV announcers that even at a young age you can say it correctly. Absolutely correctly. Well, that was it. We tried to end on something positive, and we just want to say it was, it was a sad news there for the family for Brian Flores, but it's also positive for the Miami Dolphins, and we're not sure what is the future for Tua, but we'll keep you updated, and we'll try to see what we can find out and put up some more content. Yeah, because I have a feeling they're gonna make wise decision and keep Tua to save money for the company because they are a very good team at the moment.
Yeah.
They're very good, and as always, take care. And be safe out there.
Oh yeah, Tua Tagovailoa. Oh yeah, Tua Tagovailoa. Oh yeah, Tua Tagovailoa. Oh yeah, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua Tagovailoa. Imua.